Now, Bill's not getting paid anything tonight. I'm getting paid double that. But lately I've been feeling more and more like I'm getting old. And you know how you know you're getting old? You're sitting perfectly still on the couch, watching the game, sudden stabbing pain in your knee. My wife just stares at me and goes, "You're so old." I mean, I sprained a love handle getting up off the couch the other day. Another good way to know if you're getting old is if you use a phrase like young people. You know who does not use the phrase young people? Yeah, I remember the first time I said it. I could hear the words coming out of my mouth, and I was powerless to stop them. I just knew at that moment I was old. And my kids don't know. I've got an 18-year-old and a 23-year-old, and they like to say things like, "Hey, Dad, what's it like being from the 1900s?" I get my revenge, though. Every time my 18-year-old comes home with some new phrase, I learn how to properly use it. And I wait for the right moment. And then I use it 85% correctly. Drives him crazy. I'll say things like, "Okay, Boomy. Well, I don't trust your new friend. He's a little sussy." Not a big fan of any of that stuff. As I've grown older, I've seen a huge growth in the LGBTQ plus community. When I was a kid, we just called that the gay community. Or the gays, if it was my grandfather talking about it. But then I remember that at one point they started using letters, right? It was LGB to start. Okay, I can remember that, LGB. Then they added a T. And once someone explained to me what the T was, I was like, okay, all right, I can remember 4 letters, it's fine. LGBT, got it. Then they added a Q. And I thought, well, that's weird. I was kind of confused because I thought the Q was already in the other letters, but what do I know? Fine. LGBTQ, fine, I'll be respectful of it. But then they did something that really confused me, or surprised me, really. As a kid, they added a plus sign. As a kid, one of the stereotypes about gay men was how slim they were, how skinny they were. And all of a sudden I thought, well, good for you. Good for you. No more body shaming in the LGBTQ community. Now accept plus signs. My son says, "Dad, that's not what that means." I said, oh, I get it. I get it now, son. I don't like it. It ain't right. He says, "What do you mean it's not right, Dad? People should be able to love who they want to love and do what they want to do and go where they want to." So I agree 100%. He said, "Well, what do you disagree with?" I said, "It's not right. You can't charge people. What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, I've got Disney Plus. I've got Hulu Plus. I've got ESPN Plus. How much is a monthly subscription to LGBTQ Plus?" I didn't even know you could charge people to be gay. But I thought, what kind of perks come along with the subscription to LGBTQ plus? I mean, is there a free trial period? So if you take advantage of the free trial period, how hard is it to cancel that subscription? I'm feeling that all my friends over my new constantly about my free trial period. I moved here from back east. I'm from New Jersey. Yeah. Hey, who's from New Jersey? You're in the Witness Protection Program too. He's right here. No, I moved here and I've been here for quite a while now, but when I moved out west, I had to get used to the fact that there's different attitudes towards different things, like guns. I grew up in a house where we didn't have any guns. I didn't have any friends who had any guns. I'm pretty sure in my public school that I had classmates who had guns. But, out here, I found out that if someone says to you, "Hey, buddy, I've got a gun," that may just be an icebreaker. It's a conversation starter. The proper response might just be, oh, cool, me too, what do you have? Let me see. In New Jersey, if someone tells you, hey buddy, I've got a gun, the proper response is either, I'm very sorry, I'm sure your mother's a lovely woman, or do you accept Venmo? Hey, thanks a lot everybody. My name